I'm joined by Keith Mabber, founder of the Street Soccer Foundation and former Gillingham player. Keith, we're going to talk a little bit about the Street Soccer Foundation and some happy and uplifting news, which we desperately need at this point. But let's turn to Sunday's action. Pretty agonising, defeatist, deflated, all of the synonyms you can come up with, all of those feelings all today, I imagine, for you as well.
Well, it's just mainly disappointment and disheartening the fact that we were so close. We got to the final, and it's all the what ifs and what could have been. Because I think with the squad that we have and had, we definitely could have won it. I know we kind of laboured our way through the group stages and obviously got into the knockouts. Come the final, we were the underdogs. There's no doubt about that. Spain were clearly the favourites. The way they'd been playing was absolutely outstanding. But I think, you know, the players that we've got in that squad, looking at the guys there, the frustration, I guess, crept in when it sounds so difficult to say it, but someone like Harry Kane, so many people are sharing the same opinion, but he's an outstanding footballer. There's no doubt about that. But just at that moment in time, you know, looking at him on the pitch, he was clearly struggling, you know, and his match fitness was a little bit questionable. Obviously, he's England's top scorer, captain of the team, but you've got someone like Ollie Watkins, you've got Cole Palmer on the bench, you know, even Anthony Gordon, just give them a go. You know, fresh legs, they're going to be buzzing all over the place. When he eventually made the change, look what happened. You know, almost straight away we got a goal back and it galvanised the team. And I, for one, honestly thought that might sort of spur us on to go and take it. But the way Spain reacted was just, you have to hold your hands up. So I think overall they obviously did deserve the win.
I think that's you know, the behaviour of winners, isn't it? We hear about the moments that England have got there, but Spain have been consistent throughout the tournament. But you were mentioning some of the names there on paper. I think going in, lots of people would have put England as the tournament favourites. So kind of mixed feelings today. Should we be proud of how far they've achieved, or should we have expected maybe more from them, even throughout the whole of the past few weeks?
I mean, I'm on the fence of absolutely be proud of the guys. I mean, because there's no guarantees in football. There isn't. And especially when it's tournament football. It is like it's a knockout situation. You look at what happens here in this country with the FA Cup. Anything can happen. And, you know, shout out to Maidstone United, what they did in the FA Cup. You know, they took on Ipswich and beat them. Ipswich in the Premier League this season. So, I mean, anything can happen. So despite, you know, the squad that we have, you know, the teams are sometimes really galvanised to take on the likes of Harry Kane and co to really turn in a performance. So I think reaching the final is an incredible achievement, just short of the overall ambition. But overall, I think the guys can come back to an absolutely incredible welcome, which I really hope they do get. And fingers crossed, you know, with obviously the response going forward. But I think the team, the nucleus of the team is really exciting. You know, the average age of those that have come through, the likes of also Conor Gallagher as well. Unbelievable players. You know, Cole Palmer, I'm a massive fan of Cole Palmer. Every time I see him play, I've watched him a few times this season from Chelsea, and just he's outstanding. So I'm really excited. So obviously disappointed, you know, really so unfortunate, but all power to the guys. I think they've done us really proud.
And a final thing to dwell on with the match as well. Obviously, lots of conversations around Gareth Southgate and him continuing. A lot of his decisions vindicated throughout the tournament, maybe one game too far. What do you think the future holds for him? What do you think we can expect to happen next?
It's a really tricky one. I've been asked this question literally in the lead up to the final and since the final. But I think it's one of them that he's took us to 2 finals, isn't he? 2 Euros back-to-back finals, unbelievable. So you look at it on paper, he's the most successful manager after Sir Alf Ramsey. But I think in terms of achievements and where we're at with him and the longevity that he's been with the squad and the England setup, perhaps maybe it's time for a change. But change it can be good, but it can be hard. And it's kind of the classic is who steps in. So it'll be interesting. He'll make his decision, no doubt, in the future. I think the FA do want to keep him, so we'll see. But I've got nothing but respect for Gareth Southgate. I'm a massive fan of him, so I think he's done brilliantly.
All of us will. It won't be the waistcoats the same again if he does go. Speaking of younger players a lot, and talking a little bit about your organisation, you work very closely with young people, getting them on the right track in football. Tell us a little bit. I know we've had you on before, but for those watching the first time, tell us a little bit about the organisation and what you do.
Yeah, so I'm the founder of the Street Soccer Foundation, as you kindly know. Thank you for your massive, brilliant support. But we work as a charity nationwide across the country. So we're formed out of Kent, our home county, but we work in partnership with clubs all across the pyramid. So Premier League, right across your professional pyramid to League Two. And what we do is we have a programme called the Street Soccer Academy, which is a personal development course, runs for 10 weeks, twice a year it's delivered, in the spring, summer and autumn, winter. And the clubs themselves sort of deliver it as a club-led initiative to work with vulnerable young people, typically 18 to 30, male and female, it's all inclusive, and those that are currently experiencing homelessness or maybe deemed at risk of becoming homeless. And fundamentally what we're trying to do is use football as a force for good, attract people in, give them that coaching ability, and then take them on a journey of self-discovery, if you like, and build up their soft skill development, and hopefully aim to get them into work education or further training. And the impact we're achieving on that is really, really good. And
we're seeing some footage on screen now from some of those amazing, that amazing work that's been done. And here on screen as well, we've got, you know, fortunately for them, some trophies for them, unlike our England guys, taking place at Leicester City's training ground. Tell us a little bit about what's been happening about this event recently and the number of people involved.
Yeah, this was incredible. So these guys are from the Everton team, Everton in the community arm of Everton Football Club, one of our partners. These guys won the actual tournament. It took place at Leicester City's training ground at Seagrave, incredible complex. It's lifetime memories for these guys. You're not there unless you play for Leicester City, obviously now a Premier League club again. So the day itself, 18 teams all over the country representing groups that had come through the academy programme. And ultimately, we had it where circa 200 plus young people were taking part in this event. And it's really great for me here because the top I'm wearing today, we've got the big goal involved as well. So this is a new campaign that I created at the beginning of the year. We launched it to try and identify with businesses, actually, to sort of give them an opportunity to get involved and sponsor these guys, sponsor young people in their local community through an academy programme. And the response we've had has been incredible. So I'm really proud of the big goal as well as part of this initiative campaign. But yeah, we're building every year, year on year.
Keith, it's fantastic. And like I said, hopefully some trophies in 2 years' time like this one here. We'll be back in a sec after a short break. Stick around.